Billie Eilish in complete meltdown after Nat Wolff's $200 million gesture. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw this coming. What started as a quiet, low key evening quietly turned into one of the most emotional, shocking, and internet breaking moments involving Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff. And fans are still trying to process what really happened. It all began in Los Angeles, where Billie was reportedly invited to what she thought was a private dinner. Nothing too flashy, just an intimate moment away from cameras and chaos. Sources say she arrived dressed casually, expecting something simple. But the moment she stepped inside, everything felt off. The room, covered in candles, soft piano music playing in the background, walls lined with frame memories, pictures of her and Nat from moments fans had never seen before. And right in the center, Nat Wolff standing there, silent, emotional, holding something behind his back. At first, Billy reportedly laughed, thinking it was just Nat being dramatic, but then he stepped forward and revealed what he had been hiding, a completely unexpected, jaw dropping gesture, one that insiders claim was worth over $200 million. We are talking a custom built luxury property designed specifically for Billy, ownership stakes in multiple creative ventures in her name, a private music studio built to match her exact artistic vision, and a deeply personal handwritten letter that took him months to write. Yes, $200 million. Not just money, emotion, commitment, a statement. At first, Billy's reaction was like silence. She froze, completely still, trying to understand what was happening. Then suddenly, everything hit her at once. Her hands started shaking, her breathing changed, and before anyone could react, she broke down. Not a tear or two. We are talking a full emotional meltdown. Why would you do this? According to insiders, Billy looked at Nat with tears streaming down her face and whispered, "Why would you do this?" It was anger. It wasn't rejection. It wasn't anger. It was overwhelm because this wasn't just a gift. It was pressure. It was expectation. It was something too big to process in a single moment. People chose to close to Billy say she has always been someone who values authenticity over extravagance. So when faced with something this massive, it didn't feel romantic at first. It felt heavy, almost like her entire world was being shifted overnight. As Billy cried, Nat reportedly stood there, frozen. The confident energy he had just minutes earlier, gone, replaced by fear, regret, confusion. She stepped closer, trying to comfort her, but stopped halfway, unsure if, he even should. Because in that moment, he realized something terrifying. He may have gone too far. Within hours, whispers of the moment leaked online, and fans went crazy. Some said, "This is the most romantic thing ever. $200 million? That's insane, but also kind of scary. This feels like emotional pressure, not love." Others were more divided. Billy deserved this level of love. No one should ever feel overwhelmed by a gesture like that. Nat just wanted to prove something. So, what this really means, was it a once in a lifetime romantic move? Was it a relationship pushed too far too fast? Or a turning point that could change everything between them? Because here's the truth, love isn't always about how big the gesture is. Sometimes it's about whether the other person is ready to receive it. Sources say Billy eventually left the room to gather herself, while Nat stayed behind, alone, surrounded by everything he had prepared. The candles still burning, the music still playing, but the moment completely shattered. Is this the end or just the beginning? No official statements have been made, no confirmations, just silence. And sometimes silence says everything. One thing is certain, this moment has changed how fans see Billie Eilish and Nat Wolff forever, because when emotions reach this level, there is no going back to normal. Billie in complete meltdown after Nat Wolff's $200 million gesture. It was supposed to be just another quiet night in Los Angeles, low lights, soft music, and a rare moment of calm for global superstar Billie Eilish. After weeks of intense studio sessions, interviews, and rumors swirling online about her relationship with actor musician Nat Wolff, Billie had no idea her world was about to flip upside down in the most emotional way imaginable. Sources close to the couple say Billie had just returned home, dressed down in her signature oversized hoodie, expecting nothing more than a quiet evening. Nat had been unusually distant all day, short text, missed calls, and a cryptic, "We need to talk later." Billie reportedly brushed it off. "He's been probably working," she told a friend, but what what she walked into was something no one could have prepared her for. As Billy stepped into the living room, she froze. Candles, hundreds of them, covering every inch of the space. A soft piano melody played in the background, and standing in the center is Nat. But it wasn't just the romantic setup that left her speechless. Behind him, a massive digital screen lighting up the entire room with one message: "This is for you, Billy." And then came the reveal. Nat had just made a $200 million gesture. Yes, you heard that right. According to insiders, he had purchased an entire luxury estate in Billy's name, invested millions into a creative studio built specifically for her, and shockingly donated a huge portion to causes Billy has always supported, all under her name. It wasn't just a gift, it was a statement. Billy breaks down in tears. Witnesses say Billy didn't say a word for nearly 30 seconds. Then suddenly she collapsed to her knees. Tears streamed down her face as she tried to process what she was saying. "Why would you do this?" she reported, White whispered, her voice shaking. Nat walked towards her, visibly